Ha. He can't stop. That's why he's in the insane asylum. Huh? Oh, he's back.
He came back to what the hell?
I was going to say, man, these undead are all up on that forehead, man. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, Jesus!
Childhood crushes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you immediately think fictional or non-fictional characters?
Yes.
Fictional or non-fictional people when you're thinking about this?
Yes. I think both.
Okay. I was immediately like, oh, she's going to be talking about celebrity crushes, you know, or something like that. But I've seen this one before, and it is actually about, like, fictional characters.
Well, of course it is, because Emery's a weeb.
Yeah.
Emily's a weeb. Like, she's a self-admitted weeb, and if you're a weeb, you have crushes that are anime pro tags. Or
for the longest time, I was
characters,
like, I'm not a
period.
weeb. I just think some anime is cool. And at this point, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm a weeb. Who cares?
I'm a weeb too. I can't help myself.
Sue
I
me.
friggin' love anime.
So when I was a kid, my crushes went, like, as I grew up and got older, as follows, pretty much. Misty.
Mm-hmm.
And Jessie. From Pokemon, obviously, were some of the first couple.
Fair.
And then Mai from Yu-Gi-Oh! So then, moving into middle school, I started to watch Toonami, and then there was a bunch at that point, but especially Sailor Mercury.
Sailor Mercury?
But also Android 18, Videl, Bulma, you know, even Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
And then Faye Valentine, when I saw Cowboy Bebop.
That's one, yes.
And shit, we're watching it right now, and I blanked on her name. Alistar.
Aisha?
Aisha and
Suzuka?
and the
Melfina.
Melfina, yeah. Aisha and Melfina.
That's fair.
And I was also watching Tenchi Muyo around that time. So
oh my God!
Washu and
pick a laundry list of them.
Washu and Ryoku were my two favorites.
No, I was gonna say I figured Ryoko because Ryoko's a lot of people's favorites, but Washu too. Nice.
I like sciencey nerdy girls.
No, I do too. I mean, I like that. I like Washu as well. For me, I would say my first crush that I remember, I would probably say Kimberly from the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Amy Jo Johnson, whom I've met and is an absolute sweetheart.
Also liked Brooke that hosted the Fox network where they showed Power Rangers.
That's right.
I got to meet her in person.
Oh yeah, dude! I remember you telling me about.
I was really young when I met her, but I got to meet her. So.
Oh, dude, that's still cool.
Yeah.
And but I just remember her, and also for me from Sailor Moon, Sailor Jupiter. I'm sorry, I mean, she kicked ass, and I have said it before. I'm attracted to women who know how to take care of themselves.
Yeah, again, like I said, Sailor Mercury because I like the nerdy bookworm.
No, and that's fair. No,
also have a thing for blue hair.
There you go. Okay.
Just a cool hair color, in my opinion.
Fair. And
as I've gotten older, I have a lot less waifus. But
well,
here lately,
same.
for sure, my two are watermelon hair girl from Demon Slayer. And Bakugo's mom.
Bakugo's mom is like has a huge stan community on Twitter. Huge stan community in the fandom. I would also say for me, as I've gotten older, my crushes, my crush. I've always had real world crushes. I had my trifecta from like the 2000s. Salma Hayek, Halle Berry. Well, Salma Hayek, I would say Salma Hayek was my first because I watched Desperado when I was like 8 years old, and I was just captivated by her. And then also Halle Berry. I remember seeing her for the first time and just like, ah. And then Christina Hendricks after that. I mean,
most of my celebrity crushes, or not most of them, but at least half of them have been pretty happily married for quite a number of years, so I respectfully curb my crush and just say I respect them a lot.
Well, that's the thing,
That
too.
would be like Allison Hannigan and Jewel State, for sure.
And, of course, we cannot go without mentioning Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, then I got Aubrey Plaza, Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, yeah.
Jaden, obviously.
Aw. and you see, for me, I guess my real life crushes. There's, gosh, I've crushed on some, and I've realized, you know what? If we ever do meet in real life, just temper my expectations and just try and be like, don't try and be like acting overly embarrassed, like, oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed. No, don't be bashful. I'm gonna try and just be like, hey, it's very nice to meet you. How's it going? Just try and
try telling that to my anxiety-riddled brain and seeing if it cooperates.
Well, that's the thing. I have to tell myself to do that, and if that little thing starts to creep in, just be like, but this person you've had a crush on. I'm just like, get out of my head. Stop it. Just like, but what about the? Stop it. You're overthinking it, Nate. Don't do that. And I'm like, okay, all right. Just be real. Just be real with them. And it's worked so far pretty good. I mean, Sarah Jean Underwood, when I met her, like I didn't like pull the whole "Sup, how you doing? My name's Nate. I'm pretty big YouTuber. No big deal." I was just like, "Oh, hey, Sarah Jean, how are you doing? Very nice to meet you. Hi, my name's Nate." And we actually were going around doing interviews, but she couldn't, unfortunately, due to her schedule at that time. She was only able to be at that convention for like a couple hours.
I just remembered my other childhood celebrity crush. Everybody was always like, Olivia Munn, and I'm just like, she's okay.
Oh.
I forgot her name off the top of my head, but the other girl that hosted with Adam Sessler.
Oh, Morgan Webb?
Morgan Webb, yes.
Yeah.
I was always all about Morgan Webb.
I like both. I like Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb. They're both nerds. Morgan, she's the more pragmatic.
From what I heard, Morgan Webb was the more legitimate nerd, though, whereas Olivia Munn kind of just picked up nerdism just to join the channel.
I wouldn't assume that, man. I mean,
it's not what I assume. It's what I was actually told about her from people that knew about her. Like, she wasn't technically a gamer when she joined G4, from what I heard.
Well, no, she was a nerd, dude. She's like an anime nerd and all that, and she picked up games as she went on. Yeah, but dude, I picked up different things that are considered nerd culture as I've enveloped myself more and more in it. I mean, honestly, I know sports stats, and I also know like Smash Bros tier list stats. So as I've gotten older, I've adapted and absorbed things from nerd culture that there's a certain level of gatekeeping that people get to with this kind of stuff.
I know how to Google enough to actually sort of make a character that can halfway get through the campaign on Path of Exile.
And that's fair.
I don't have a lot of information I actually retain, though.
Oh, and then there's also the fact that you wrote an entire notebook full of stuff for Persona 5.
That was a lot of notes I took. But the reason I took notes, because I can't remember that shit.
Well, it's a lot of shit, dude. I mean, you're talking about a game that has, now with Persona 5
Don't
Royal,
forget to go get
how many hours worth?
Don't forget to go get your smoothie on Sunday. It's going to permanently raise one of your stats every Sunday.
There you go.
Don't forget. If you do, you're fucking yourself out of a stat raise.
Well, anyway, me and Chad did this too. We always, whenever we look at an Emery Chew video, we always reminisce and talk, because we've been talking now for over 9 minutes about this stuff.
We got to do our own childhood crushes bit before we watch hers.
Well, that's true, but at the same
time, that's
how
we do here on the Renegade channel.
Well, no, we try to keep it real here. We try to we try to add as much as we can to it without, because there's a lot of people out there that's like, lazy content, put more effort into it. It's like, what do you think we're doing? I mean, if it were just lazy content, we'd be like, hi, this is Emery Chew's Childhood Crushes, here we go. And then, that would be the start of the video. Dude, there's...
Most people who say lazy content probably either didn't watch or just skipped to the reaction.
Oh, that's the thing. And so. I'm just like, he was like, lazy content. It's like, did you actually watch the video?
Probably not.
That's what I always ask them. And every time I respond to them, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry." I was like, sure, right, yeah, you're sorry. They always.
I saw there's two different kinds of people though, because I was looking at the comments for our Adik video right before I came in. There's one comment in there that's like, "I love this. This is like the best reaction channel because they have like a podcast before the video." And then there's a second kind of comment that's the other person, and it was like me when I watch a Renegade Media Group channel. So like forward arrow, forward.
It's like, dude, if you're that desperate, just look for Caleb. He's lurking around in the comment section somewhere.
And he was in the comment section. They could have found him pretty quick.
Exactly. So that's your fault.
He was like the 5th comment down.
Yeah. And again, Caleb, after all these years, still being a stand for the skippers. Oh boy. Anyway, so we got Emery Chu's childhood crushes here. Let's give it a watch. Let's see what she has to say. Here we go.
So I had the thought a while back to talk about my fictional childhood crushes because I thought it'd be fun and cute. But then I thought about it more and I was like, literally nobody wants to hear me ramble about that by myself. So I asked my 2 close friends, Christine and Soleil, to join in with me, and I recorded a conversation where we compared and judged each other's childhood taste and fictional love interests. And then I illustrated it. Hope you enjoy. So, who wants to go first? Who has
I want Emily to go first.
You want me to go first?
I want Emily to go first.
Okay, I feel like because people are expecting me to name like an anime character, I'm gonna immediately go with Orlando Bloom as Legolas from...
Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of women who wanted Legolas.
Okay, for me though, it was as Legolas and also in Pirates.
I heard more Pirates fandom
What,
than
for
I heard
Will?
Legolas.
For Will Turner than Legolas?
Yeah,
Come
there
on.
was all kinds of, like, it might have just been my friend group, but all kinds of the ladies I talked to were all about some bootstrap
so many women I know definitely like stand for Orlando Bloom as Legolas because of the long. What?
Like, there's just a whole bunch of what looks like donut icing in the floor back here.
Okay. Who's been breaking into my house and either like killing donuts or has been smoking crack? Because either way, not cool, bro. Not cool.
Her type was as soon as she saw his like long, beautiful golden hair. And I was really disappointed when I looked him up later and came to find that he does not, in fact, have long elven hair. Alright, as a side note, though, besides Legolas, his dad. Ew! He's so attractive! He's ugly! No, he's a daddy! He's the ruler of the elves! He's a man of power! You find the power attractive. I don't find the power attractive.
Silky hair.
His daddy has silky hair? What's wrong with that?
He's got like a billboard forehead.
They all have foreheads! They're elves!
I got a
So
forehead.
we're in agreement. Orlando Bloom, yes.
Yes,
Whoever
okay.
played his dad, no.
What? No.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
No.
Christine, do you want to go next?
I know Emily kind of agreed with me on this one. Can we all have a shout out
Wait,
to
rewind to the
Typo?
pictures real quick. The pictures of the 2 elves.
Say what?
Go back to the pictures of the 2 elves real fast. So the thing that irks me about this
Yes.
Whoever.
is that they both have the long silky blonde hair, right?
Yeah.
But their eyebrows are dark as fuck.
It's to make their eyes stand out.
I guess.
Well, because that's the thing. If you had blonde hair over top of it with those blue eyes, they wouldn't stand out as much. But where they have the brown/black eyebrows, their eyes stand out more, and their hair is like separated from their eyes, and thus it creates a more hypnotic look. They actually talked about that in the makeup because they did tests. They did like camera tests on like what would make them stand out and look ethereal and otherworldly, as though they did not belong in the realms of men. And they did the blonde eyebrows, and it was okay. They did the black eyebrows. That was it. Peter Jackson.
I
knew. He
just
was
always
like, "That's it."
immediately think like your hair is not a natural color if it doesn't match your eyebrows.
But again, that's elves. I mean,
yeah, I guess.
because there's other elves out there who have like long, like red hair, brown hair. Like
I like to imagine all the elves just wake up every morning and have a bleach comb that they just
Well, well, the elves also, like, the white hair is considered like it's considered a royal. It's considered royal in certain ways. It's just like what's her name? Galadriel. Galadriel had like the white hair, and she's considered like one of the more powerful elves. So anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Played his dad. No.
What? No.
I just love that little way how she comes like, wait, what? No.
Agree with me on
Seto
this one.
Kaiba.
Can we all have a shout out to Seto Kaiba from,
Oh my god.
from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Kaiba, yes.
Can I also say power and money?
I think
Literal
it's also
billionaire.
because he had the most normal looking hair out of all the guys in that series.
Well, again, he's not the pro tag. Like these characters here have to stick out somehow, no pun intended. And you know, it's just like they're never gonna be lost in the shuffle of who's the pro tag. Especially, you know, the actual pro tags, whereas, you know, right here.
So it's like one thing too about Yugi, like you could literally like take the whole back part of his hair off and it would still be a hairstyle in of itself. Like, he's got like 2 different fucking hairstyles at the same time.
Yeah.
Like he's not just got one anime hairstyle, he's got 2 anime protagonist hairstyles. So he's like doubly the protagonist, obviously.
Double pro tag.
And I guess that's
hair.
possibly because he's 2 people. Like, you know,
It is. He's Yami and Yugi combined
Yami
into one.
and Yugi, so.
Ugh, gosh. Anyway, but Kaiba, I've heard the amount of people who like are stands for Kaiba.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kaiba's just got the look like, I'm gonna throw your grandpa's deck off the side of the ship.
That wasn't Kaiba.
Wasn't?
No, Kaiba ripped the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I thought he threw the deck off the side of the ship.
No, that was the Bug Kid.
Oh!
I forget his name.
Okay, so Kaiba's not even as much of a hard ass as I thought he was.
Oh no, Kaiba's still a hard ass. Kaiba was still willing to jump off the side of a castle just so Yugi would throw the match and would lose out on stars, so that he couldn't face Pegasus. It was because he wanted to save his kid brother Mokuba. By the way, I know all about this because I watched that show religiously with Zach, because Zach was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh card collector. Me, I was past the card collecting phase, but I was still interested in the show, all right. I was just like, wow, it's actually a really interesting strategy. You know, using the undead mastodon to basically erode away the 3-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon. Huh. Interesting.
I ought to go back and watch the actual unedited version of Yu-Gi-Oh one day, because I still only.
Oh, it's good.
I still only ever seen the damn 4Kids version.
It's good. I went back and watched it a few years ago, and
stop right there.
basically, okay. Anyway,
Had normal, like, pretty brown hair.
So I never
Hey,
watched
thank you.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, I got black
you guys
hair, but-
talking about Yu-Gi-Oh reminded me of the show Zatch Bell.
hey,
I always
remember
forget
Zatch
about
Bell.
that show.
And the main guy,
watched
was kind of my type, but that's because my type when I was younger was just any tall, dark-haired man.
Seto Kaiba.
Seto was not that cute. The guy in Zatch Bell, he was a nerd too. It was perfect.
She
Not
like him smart.
cute.
We like him rich.
I like too, okay?
I like that education potential. I'm gonna take you
Big
weebs
brain.
off of the anime again, and I'm
Weebs.
gonna talk about Wesley from The Princess Bride.
Ah,
See, he's really cute, but I can't count that as my childhood crush because I didn't watch The Princess Bride until college.
I watched it in middle school in my science class. I don't
Wait.
know. He's aight.
He also
I can understand like watching it in literature class, or you know, just like an off
Sometimes
day,
when
but-
you have a substitute teacher, they don't give a fuck.
This is true. This is true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
voiced the Baron in The Cat Returns.
Oh my God, the cat returns.
Attractive points.
And
I'm not
I
a furry.
also
I like that they actually
was
mentioned The Cat
attracted to
Returns.
The Cat Returns.
It's like a very underrated Ghibli movie.
Say what?
It's a very underrated Ghibli movie.
It is. It's up there in my book. Is like I know I'm not gonna say that My Neighbor Totoro is overrated because I don't want the Ghibli fans to like come chopping my head off. But
My
I think
Neighbor
it gets
Totoro is a little
overplayed.
overrated.
Whereas the Cat Return.
I'll say it. I don't give a fuck.
I liked it. I like the idea behind it. I think it's very simple, very basic, and it has.
It's just
a lot-
not nearly as good as Spirited Away or.
Well, dude, Spirited
Hell's
Away
Castle.
is like in terms of the narrative. The narrative, it's a more like young adult narrative that's supposed to challenge you. Whereas My Neighbor Totoro's like I remember Miyazaki saying he made that for like his I think his youngest grandchild at the time, which is understandable.
So it really is more of a kids movie.
It is more of a kids movie. Yeah. And the ideas that are in it are amazing, and I could see like how
I love the art and designs more than the movie itself.
That's true.
Totoro's just an interesting looking character. The cat bus is awesome looking.
Yes, the cat bus is one of my favorite scenes.
But yeah, it's just overall the movie's a little bit boring.
Hey, listen to us being weebs. Jesus, we can't help ourselves.
Yeah.
You have a furry phase?
No.
You had a horse girl phase, so it's like the same thing.
The last unicorn.
But yeah, so Wesley from The Princess Bride, blonde hair, just, you know, that little, like, musketeer stash going on.
And that accent.
Okay, I love his voice.
Oh, of course, they got it.
And I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced
buffoon.
You know,
that's maybe the first time anyone has ever insulted me. Chris Sarandon did a great job playing Humperdinck. Oh, God. I loved hating him so much. And then when you actually meet Chris Sarandon, I met him too. He's actually a very nice guy.
Oh, who my biggest, fattest anime crush was.
Hey.
When I was in 5th grade, I was in love with Kyosoma from Fruits Basket.
What?
And it's funny
my
because
gosh.
he's like the typical like tsundere bad
Fruits.
boy that everyone's into, but I feel like back then I was really into that, but I feel like if I had to pick between the two as like an adult, I would pick Yuki because he seems more like sensible and responsible.
Pay my taxes in a timely manner. Sounds like me. Oh, God. I have so many of my friends who's just like, yeah, I don't pay my taxes. I'm just like, I do because I don't want the IRS to literally rip my bones out.
You literally have me, who you employ, that I'm like, stop paying me right before the amount where I would have to pay taxes.
That's right. That's right. Because I pay Nick's salary. That's the thing. Like, and I'm going to continue to do that whenever, like, because I've already started the process of getting the LLC going. So I'll be able to pay him salary, and I'll also be able to take taxes out of that. So he'll be able to turn in a W-2 at the end of the year. And he'll be able to get a tax.
Surprisingly, it doesn't sound like a lot of money to get paid like under the bracket where you actually would have to pay taxes. But when you're not paying taxes, it's not that bad.
Well, when you're not paying taxes and also you're not paying rent on where you live.
Yeah, taxes royally fuck you.
They do.
Yeah, working for rent is also a plus for sure.
Oh yeah, and that's, and honestly, I'm more than happy to have that because you know having you here is, I think, a great benefit. Anyway.
I'll try.
Hey, anyway, I have a type. Can we talk about the doctor of the family? Hattori.
Okay.
Is my man. He can take care of you. What woman does not want a man who can take care of her in her
then you
health?
gotta have your memories erased.
I've never seen this, but he looks a lot like Sebastian.
Sebastian?
Yeah, from Black Butler.
Oh, yeah. I remember Black Butler. Dang.
Steve from Blue's Clues.
What? Steve from Blue's Clues.
I had a crush on him too.
I don't know what it was.
What?
Was it that shirt?
No.
Was it the stripes? Was it the brown hair?
It was the chair.
What the fuck?
Good with animals.
Don't
An
judge
artist.
me.
Checked his mail on a daily basis.
Yeah, like,
What?
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. In 6th grade, I had a big crush on both Light Yagami and Kyoya from Ouran High School.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Light? Really?
Yeah.
I can understand early on, but by the end of the series...
I mean, that's one of the things. It's like it's like the posts that they make, but it's like the opposite thing. It's like, yeah, so if a dude has his favorite characters and it's like Bakugo, God damn it, brain function, Naruto's friend, Sasuke. Yeah, so Bakugo, Sasuke, Ken Kenichi. You know, if that's all your favorite characters, red flags, you're probably toxic. It's like, but if you have a crush on people like Yagami, like, you probably like toxic dudes.
Maybe. I don't know. in all honesty, people can grow out of that though. Because keep in mind, this is 6th grade.
I'm not gonna lie. I was on the side until basically the 12th book of I think Light has a point, and he's mostly in the right.
But
at a point, you just realize he's a goddamn childish psychopath.
He is.
He's too smart for his own good.
He is, and presented with what in his mind is unlimited power for him to shape the world however he wants, it's basically like... And also, Ryuk kind of does give him a warning, you know, of like abusing this power, and Ryuk basically just abandons him because...
Well, that was the whole thing too. Is he didn't really abandon him. He was never really on his side to start with.
Well, true. Yeah, that's fair.
And there wasn't a consequence to him using the Death Note, and it was revealed. And I really kind of liked the ending. I thought it was dark and kind of made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. If you haven't finished Death Note, spoiler for Death Note, but Ryuk tells Light at the very end, yeah, remember when I said if you used the Death Note, you wouldn't be able to go to heaven or hell? Well, that's because nobody gets to go to heaven or hell. When humans die, they all go to nothingness. And I was just like, oh, fuck.
They all fade into nothingness.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, too, is like basically you're stuck in a permanent, like, nothing. Like limbo.
Just cease to exist, basically.
At that
tall,
time,
dark-haired.
Yeah, tall, dark-haired, and smart. That was what I was into at the
Also,
time.
or in High School Host Club. Jesus.
I liked L.
Tall.
You liked L?
I liked L. He was so
Oh, I know all
quirky
kinds of
and
chicks that were into
Oh,
L.
there's so many women. So many.
Yeah.
And
I
dudes.
made a
And
lot of them
dudes.
mad because I was like, L was wrong.
Oh.
And they are always like, fuck you. Just like, L was wrong. He was right in retrospect, but at the time, like, you know.
Well,
I was
again,
kinda
yeah,
like,
that you know, time will tell on.
I was
you know, who's
actually
right and who's wrong.
actively rooting against L for most of the books. Like, and when he actually lost, I was just like, holy shit. Like, I didn't expect that. Like, you know?
Well, like, who would though? I mean, because that's, you know, because one of the main protagonists of the series. I mean, hell, in a lot of people's minds at the time of his unfortunate, end, he was the protagonist.
I still saw him as the antagonist up until his demise. So that was just my perspective from reading it at the time too.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I was also an edgelord back then. Still kind of am. So.
Well, you are in a metal band.
Mm-hmm. Two.
he
Two.
was like kind of really cute at the same time.
He kind of looked like he didn't bathe, like ever.
He just looked like he never slept.
Up until he like started getting a little crazy, and then I was like,
I knew
Yeah.
he was always crazy, which is why I didn't like him. This is why I liked Al, because Al was the good guy.
I had a crush on Nicolas Cage when I was like 11.
That's funny. I like that. It's like, so I heard you had a crush on me when you were younger. I was gonna say I appreciate it, but this is a lonely road I must walk. I'm sorry. My Nicolas Cage is all right.
For me, it's like the older Nicolas Cage gets, like the crazier he gets. But he went from like crazy in an aspect that I'm just like, he's crazy and I don't know that I really want anything to do with him anymore, to like he's become so crazy that he's cool as shit now.
Well, and another thing too, Nicolas Cage, he's been in so many movies. I remember like for a span of like 5 years, he was in almost 25 to 30 movies, and he just kept filling his schedule up, and he wouldn't say no to roles. That basically he permanently like stamped himself into everyone's lexicon as Nicolas Cage, the man who never says no.
Basically, Shia LaBeouf's going on the same route, and he was like, he started out, he's like a normal guy, even Stevens. Then he got kind of crazy, and it was like everybody else was like, I don't really like Shia LaBeouf, and I was like, I kind of like him because he's kind of crazy. And then he got real fucking crazy, and now I'm just like, I don't really like him anymore. Like, but hopefully he eventually goes far enough that he's just so fucking crazy. I think he's awesome.
And for me, Nicolas Cage, like it's sad, but at the same time, I couldn't help but laugh. But I could feel like the dude was like hurting. It was after his wife basically divorced him and left him with almost nothing, and he was getting stupid drunk in these clubs and just singing karaoke at like the top of his lungs, dude. Him singing Purple Rain He was trying so
I
hard.
just immediately got a mental image of Nicolas Cage. BakaBread.
I guarantee you, he probably would. He'd be, but imagine him really drunk and screaming it. He's like, BakaBread. I'm sorry, Nicolas Cage. But I hear you're good in Mandy. I mean, I still haven't seen it.
There's another one out that's supposed to be equally as crazy, pretty much. I forgot what it's called.
I don't know what I was thinking. I know, it's like, because he's such a meme now, nobody believes me when I'm like, oh yeah, he used to be like a celebrity crush when I was 11. And they're like, are you kidding me?
Can I say my ultimate husband, boyfriend, lover, fantasy is Roy Mustang? From
Oh my
Star
god,
Wars.
no!
The first one
Oh
before the
gosh.
movie.
The freaking Mustang stands. Ugh, God, the FMA fandom. Christ
We want to talk
almighty.
about realistic proportions. How do you have a face that chubby with like fucking 8-pack?
Well,
How do you manage to get an 8-pack but not lose any weight off your cheeks? Like, know what I mean?
Well,
His
I
face is
guarantee-
so round.
well, I'm gonna have that problem. I am. I mean, I can't, like, because, you know, I've just got chubby cheeks. I can't help it. I got the big old dimples. I mean,
I know for a fact because I've lost weight before. I'm working on losing it again. So it's probably going to happen again. But, like, I'll lose weight in my face when I lose weight.
I've always had a chubby face. That's my problem. Even when I was in shape.
Like, right now, my face is pretty, like, you know,
Yeah.
circular. But if I can start losing weight again, it'll get more gaunt.
But he's still magical in both, though.
He is a high quality man,
He is.
and I support that decision. All dark hair.
Would you say you liked him because he was hot? Dang, yeah, wasn't he like 30 something?
He's 29.
I was into
I like how you know.
If there
Immediately
was
chimes
any
in with the
one person
actual
that
age of
I, as a
character.
child, wish that I could have given a smooch, it would have been Peter Pan from the live action.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy Sumter, really?
He's so cute. And there's this
Jeremy
scene,
Sumter.
Oh, she knows it
there's
too!
this scene where he and Wendy are like lying on a boat deck or something. I can't remember really.
Yeah.
And then they like kind of turn to look at each other, and then they just like smooch. And I wanted to be Wendy so bad in that moment.
The way that he looks at her.
And I think it even helped that he was closer to my age at the time.
Yes.
Because he was an adolescent.
Fair.
So now I feel creepy talking about how badly I wanted to smooch this boy. But he's kind of probably old now.
He is.
So smoochable, 10 out of 10. Would smooch once.
I have one last minor one. Sakura's older brother from Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
And then turned out he was gay. I couldn't have him.
What's wrong with
Emily's
that?
cursed, though, with liking men that don't end up liking her back.
Yeah.
Because they like men.
Desperately seeking men who like other men. Oh.
Like him too pretty, okay? You like him too pretty. I like him a little.
It's like Always Sunny.
I
Like,
really
guys, like,
love-
just thought you were in the gay dudes. I'm not into gay dudes. Clearly you are.
Clearly you. Oh gosh. Well, that's the thing with me. I mean, I know that. Amanda Nunes. I mean, honestly, when I first saw Amanda Nunes, I thought, dang, she looks good. And then I remember the fight that I saw.
Mine is much less wholesome than that.
What?
It's the meme from the thing that is an adult video with the really tall chick holding the really short chick up on the wall. Those two chicks are hot as balls. Like,
Well, no. Well, here for me, it was. I get. Yeah, I know that Susu and Innocent and Tasha recreated that.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. By the way,
I've seen
Thank you for
two
that.
different artworks of it recreated with like game memes since then too, because somebody put Lady Dimitrescu holding Bayonetta up against the wall.
I saw that too.
Bayonetta's tall as fuck, but Lady Dimitrescu is obviously even taller. And then you saw it because I showed it to you. It was my
Yeah, I remember
It was my
that.
friend on Facebook that drew it. And then someone recently, with the crossover from Assassin's Creed Odyssey to Valhalla, had the Greek girl holding up the Viking girl because the Greek girl's really tall, but the Viking girl's pretty short.
Yeah, which, again, like my whole thing was Amanda Nunes. When I saw her fight Kat Zingano, I was just like, oh, wow. Kat Zingano and Amanda Nunes, they're both kind of cute. And then I found out later that Amanda Nunes was gay. I was just like, oh, well, that's her life. Let her live it. And then Amanda Nunes, after that one loss, went on to literally take over the world of women's MMA, win literally everything, and go unchallenged for like a decade. Yeah. Badass woman, by the way, Amanda Nunes. You should check her out. Although she did just
I've seen her
lose.
fight before. Yeah.
Huh?
I've seen her fight before.
She's a friggin' monster. Those hands, dude. When she's able to maintain her cardio, she is unstoppable. But anyway, sorry.
The Vash to Stampede.
Whoa!
Trigun and Nicholas. Like, they were just so, like, grungy and...
Yeah, I was going to say, Wolfwood.
I do.
Wolfwood and Vash. I mean, I know plenty of women and actually plenty of dudes, too. Because there were plenty of gay dudes I was in weeb circles with that were just, like, that crushed... Especially on Wolfwood. They love the cigarette. They love the cross.
I've been to like 7 anime conventions, and there's been a Wolfwood with like a life-size fucking cross. At, like,
yeah.
Every damn one I've been to, and there's always all kinds of ladies taking pictures with that dude.
Yes, it's amazing. Even like, God, 20 years
I'm just
later.
like, I still haven't even seen Trigun, but there's the slightest urge to make a Wolfwood cosplay just for the attention.
And also your first name, Nicholas.
Yeah, that's true too.
Nicholas D. Wolfwood.
I am like.
I'm more surprised that you haven't seen friggin' Trigun yet.
I've been procrastinating the shit out of it for
you
a long
have.
time.
This must change.
Yeah, it will eventually.
Still
a bunch of anime I haven't seen. I should.
From Kim Possible.
Yes.
Yes.
Feel a certain type of way.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot to mention her.
I already brought.
I remember you mentioning her a long time ago. And also,
dude, the lipstick on just the upper lip, just the black lipstick.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's so fucking cute. Like, I
oh,
know she's evil as shit, and that's also a toxic crush, but I don't care.
Well, when you find out where
She's a
she
sexy
is at
lady.
did you ever watch the end of the series?
No.
Okay, I watched the end of the series, and don't worry, she has a little bit of a turnaround. Not 100%, but she has a bit of a turnaround.
Word.
Anyway, though, I had a crush on Nicole Sullivan, her voice actress, because Nicole Sullivan, I remember her on Mad TV, and I always thought she was like hilarious and also like really, really like I thought she was cute. Anyway, sorry.
What up, my early lady crush, and you guys were all like, "No, she's weird." Which one? Who was it? Ren from.
Oh yeah, she had
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Baggage.
But that's okay. They're so
Baggage.
beautiful.
You liked her because she was a horse.
She was tall and slender. She had beautiful hair, and she was broken.
Sorry for how abrupt this ending was, but the entire conversation was like 30 minutes, and we didn't actually end up having a proper ending to it. Some honorable mentions that were cut for time were Haku from Spirited Away, Sano Izumi from Hanakimi, and Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon.
Oh my God, yeah.
Wow, I've been gone for like a month.
My work here is done.
Honestly,
You didn't
this
do
video would have
anything.
been finished a lot
Say what?
My work here is done, but you didn't do anything.
sooner, but
Tuxedo
it's
Mask.
Yeah.
fun for me, and
I
I've
just
sort of
keep
been
thinking
all over
about
the
that.
place. Literally, I was in New York for about a week to celebrate a friend's engagement, so congratulations again, Carmen and Noah, if you guys are watching this. After this video goes up, I'll be working on some new merch designs, so the current ones in my store will be on sale for a short while, and then they'll be retired. Thank you to Christine and Soleil for recording this with me back in, like, November. I'm glad I finally got around to illustrating it. And thank you, if you're still watching, for your patience.
Damn. Okay.
I watched it twice now, so you're welcome.
Dude, that was awesome.
It has been since 2019, so I didn't remember a lot of it.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Well, yeah,
It's a
April.
good refresher.
Wow.
For me.
She recorded that in November 2018 and got around to it in April 2019. There's a project that I've been working on now for a better part of, God. Yeah, almost. Actually, no, 8 years. 8 years now. I've been constantly editing the script, even though I know the chances of it being made are literally zero. Because I don't think it'll ever happen. But I'm holding out hope. maybe one day. But
I've had a video game idea since I was in middle school, but I don't think I'm ever going to learn to make video games at this
you
point.
should talk to Roan. Roan's been working in the Unreal 5 engine.
Oh, really?
Maybe he can help you put
Yeah,
together
but at this
a
point,
prototype.
the ideas for it, like going back and looking, like they're so cringy and not based on anything good.
But again...
Also, every single pretty much good idea I've had has been done now, like throughout the years. Like we were gonna have like we need a game where you can actually move your sword in a direction, you know. And it's like obviously Skyward Sword and Metal Gear Rising have beat us to that. We were talking about like there needs to be like all these different spaceships you can fly because there's not enough games with like different spaceships you can fly. No Man's Sky, fucking Elite Dangerous. There's like all kinds of games with tons of spaceships out now.
You never know, though.
We had good ideas for games that have become games now, so.
Well, No Man's Sky got off to a rough start, but it's recovered, I feel.
Yeah.
But
it's more than recovered.
I'm going to leave a like on this video, and also I'm going to leave a comment down below. But we spent 41 minutes on that. God, have mercy. Okay.
It's not like we have other stuff to do or anything.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Anyway, yeah, so that was Emerichu Childhood Crushes. This was a good one. I'm glad we were able to watch this. And I know that a lot of you out there are going to want us to watch part 2 and 3. We will get to them all in due time. Don't worry, we're getting on it. I mean, hell, we're just now hopping on the Emerichu train, in which, you know, again, Emerichu, thank you for shouting us out on Twitter, which was awesome.
You're just now hopping on the train.
Well, no. No, in terms of reactions.
I watched this when it came out.
No, I know, but in terms of reactions is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Well, me, yeah.
'Cause that was the thing. I was like, you were naming off everybody that was like going to be at the
Scribble Showdown.
Scribble Showdown. You're like, there's a couple I don't know, and like you named off her, and I was just like, I know everybody.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. I'd heard of Emerichu, but I like I said, I just was unfamiliar with.
Or actually,
her.
I think you knew everybody but her. Like, actually,
fair, yeah.
Like, there's one I don't know, and I was like, I know her. Like, she's awesome.
Yeah, and here we are. So, all right, everyone, that was Childhood Crushes by Emerichu. Hopefully, you all enjoyed, and if you want to see more, you know what to do. If you want to see more from Emerichu, you can actually click her name in the title of the video, which is going to be like right down there somewhere. So if you want to see that, go to her channel. Go ahead and check her out. But if you want to see more from us, feel free to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, subscribe, and as always, you know, leave a comment down below, letting us know what you thought. Which childhood crushes did you have that are a little bit out of the ordinary? Let us know, and I guess until next time, everyone. Signing off. I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
We'll see you then, everybody. Peace out. Ha ha. He can't stop. That's why he's in the insane asylum. Huh? Oh, he's back.
Came back to what the hell?
I was going to say, man, these undead are all up on that forehead, man. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, Jesus!